Welcome back. I'm Bola, also known as Strictly Dishes. It's a beautiful day for another beautiful recipe. So sit back, let's do this together. So how are you and how's everything? So today I'm going to be teaching you something very simple. How I grill my fish, my chicken or turkey, generally how I grill my proteins to achieve the best and excellent result. So how you doing? How's work? How's family? And how is everything? So for this particular grill, the first thing I'm going to be doing is that I'm going to prepare a dry rub. A dry rub simply means everything, most of the seasoning you're using is going to be dry, nothing wet. So I'm coming in with different seasoning to make up this dry rub. I've added my southern grill. That is very, very important. I love that particular grill. I'm also going to come in with some lemon and herb. You see, lemon is very good when you're actually grilling your chicken or your turkey, your poultry products in general. Lemon is very good, and it's also good for fish too. I've added some rosemary. I'm going to come in with some garlic and rosemary. You see this particular master blend spice, wherever you see it, buy one, buy two, buy three, buy four. Yes, coming from Strictly Dishes, I said so. It is actually very nice and it works very well. I'm also going to add some all ground spice. This particular spice has almost everything in it, so I'm just going to add a little of it. Then I'm going to come in with some meat tenderizer because the meat is raw and at least we need something to make it tender. I'm also going to add some curry. So when was the last time you made a grill for the family? Well, for me, grill has become something we do often. Yes, we just sit around the table and have fun, and we just gist, yes, and tell stories. Yes, so if it's something you don't do, please try and incorporate it. It's something very nice and it helps for family time. So I'm going to add some salt. Yes, I'm going to add some salt to this. And I am going to come in with a wet ingredient, and that is just ginger and garlic. I like to use fresh ginger and garlic when I am grilling. The dry one doesn't give me the kick that I want, so I prefer to use the fresh ginger and garlic. Then I am going to add some vegetable oil or sunflower oil or olive oil, whichever oil of your choice, and the oil is going to help to bind everything together. So you're going to mix thoroughly. Yes, you make sure you mix thoroughly till it's looking like this. So can you see how this is looking? It is looking well mixed, and I'm going to just set that aside. I'm still mixing. Then I'm going to set that aside and bring out the proteins we're going to be grilling today. So I am actually grilling 3 different proteins. I'm going to start with my turkey. Ooh, for those of you that say turkey is overrated, it has only big bones. My dear, turkey is sweet. Take it or leave it. Turkey is amazingly juicy. Yes, that is the word I am going to use. So I'm going to make some cuts into this turkey on both sides, because that is going to help the ingredients, or rather the dry rub, to really enter this particular turkey. So you can see I'm making a cut inside, and you see what I do is that I put my fingers in it. Yes, I put my fingers and I try to see how deep my finger goes in. That's how I know that, okay, the cut I have made is okay. So in a clean bowl, I'm going to bring in my turkey. I'm already happy because it's grill day, it's grill day, it's grill day. And you know when I'm singing, and today I'm also going to be grilling pork. Yes, pork is very, very juicy. And the good thing I like about pork is because one thing I like about pork is that it's going to bring out its own oil, and it's just going to make everything just sweet, sweet, sweet. So for the first one, I'm just going to marinate this turkey and pork and keep it aside. And you know, when you're marinating, it's very good that you make sure that the protein you're using is completely dry. There is no water. You can't just bring out the protein from the freezer and just marinate. No, make sure it's dry, its water is completely drained. Yes, so I'm going to pour this into, yes, you can see that this is the dry rub I made. And now I'm going to work this in with my hands. Yes, because it is very important that every part of the meat is well covered, so it will taste just perfect. And this is how it is looking. It is looking really, really covered, and I'm just going to set this aside for maximum 3 to 4 hours. It's very important that you allow this to sit so that everything marries and everything, you understand, gets into this meat very, very well. But if you don't have time, you can go straight up, but for me, I'm going to allow this to sit for about 3 hours. Then I'm also going to be grilling some fish, which is also tilapia. I'm using tilapia today for this particular fish. For the fish, I'm using tilapia. I like tilapia because it's very tasty and doesn't it's not the fish that gets scattered easily. Yes, so I'm going to also make a cut just as I did for the turkey. I'm going to make a cut on both sides. I have already cleaned this tilapia fish, so you can see I'm turning over. It's important that you make a cut so that the seasoning can actually not just be on the skin alone, but well, it enters very, very well. So can you see how this is looking? Make sure you cut this very, very well. Yes, and you can see my hands, and put my hands inside, and I'm going to still do the same thing. I am going to rub. Yes, do this. When was the last time you had a grill? Yes, I like doing this by myself because I don't like going out. Yeah, if you know me very well, you know I don't like going out. I have seasoned, so I'm just adding some fish seasoning on this. This is the last part that I do. I just apply some fish seasoning, and it is going straight into my oven. Today I'm using my oven because I just realized that I have a big oven that I really don't use. Instead, I like using the normal charcoal barbecue, but today I am actually going to use my oven. And as you can see, I have placed them in my oven. Look at how big my oven is. Can you imagine? This oven has to be used. Yes, and I'm just going to close that and allow this to grill for about 45 minutes on high heat. Yes, on high heat. I'm going to allow this to grill for about 45 minutes, and I'll come back and show you what it looks like. Yes, sorry, along the line I added some plantains because there's no grill without plantains. If you know, you know. So look at how it is looking. The turkey is cooked. Let's check the pork and see. Wow, this pork is just juicy, cooked to perfection. Let me test this and see. When you cook this for family and friends, don't forget to give us a credit. Strictly Dishes taught me how to cook like a pro. This is actually very nice, very juicy. Wow, wow, wow. So I'd like to know in the comment section, is this what you'll be trying out? Because this really looks nice. So till next time I come your way, I want you to clean that oven and grill something. Bye.